Hey,
Clayton.
good evening. How we doing tonight?
Evening. Doing good, buddy. And yourself?
Well, doing good. Got a little smoky down here today.
Yeah,
All
it's your
that,
gas mask, man.
holy cow! All that border crossing smoke from Canada rolling in.
Yeah. Hey, good thing Trudeau doesn't want to clear out that underbrush, that deadfall. That's
Yeah,
working
no
out great.
kidding. Hey, Braden, good to see you tonight. Caden Foss. Hey, Caden just got a brand new cap, one just like this. Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Those are sweet caps.
He got it delivered today, so that was good. One shot cap. Good evening, all patriots out there. Eric, good evening. Trampus, he says that North Dakota Farm Bureau gun looks pretty awesome. It is. It's starting to look pretty good. I'll put up a picture here a little bit later. Dan Brown, good to see you again on there. I don't know if you caught last week when we plastered your picture all over with your shirt
Yeah,
on. But hey,
good
we
for
made
us.
you famous, right? So,
Hey, my buddy Jason Lotches, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. My mom, give her H. We will, Mom. I can assure you that.
oh yeah, we always do. So, well, let's just get started right away here, of course, with the most important amendment. The Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I think we got a good show lined up tonight.
Oh, heck, we always do, Clay. It's just a matter of how we deliver it.
That's right. So, I brought show and tell right away. This is my Colt Ruger Vaquero. Sorry, my Colt 45. No, it shoots 45 Colts. My Ruger Vaquero. I love this gun. It's stainless. I've been carrying this gun for years. Pretty handy with this one, and it's just a comfortable gun to shoot. And I highly recommend the Ruger revolvers. I really love them.
That's pretty nice. I like that. You can bring that up Saturday or what?
I can.
Okay, why don't you do that?
I can do that. I have a few.
Shot many of those 45 revolvers.
All right,
yeah,
I'll bring one up.
So we got a story about Rugers tonight. I got both of my carries right here. So yeah, that's right. Little bigger magazine. Oh, what do you need that for? But yeah, 9mm.
Double fisting it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you bet. I love doing that.
So before we get going, hey Matt, good to see you on tonight. He says he's jealous.
Hey Matt. Eric, bring that bow up. We're gonna have us shoot off.
Oh yeah, we're
offhand. Like going offhand even. So I'm gonna say right now I'm probably gonna lose. So
I am bringing my crossbow as well, just for fun.
Okay.
Might as well.
We're gonna gang up on him, huh?
Yeah. So
crossbows versus a vertical bow.
As you know, we're doing a Farm Bureau gun raffle again for Grant and Sioux County. Something a little different this year. We're gonna do the AR-10, and I know we talked about this earlier. It's in the process right now, but here's a couple pictures I got there. So they've got that lower, that's all stripped down.
Yeah.
And that right to the bare metal. Then they put this plating in there that has kind of a titanium look into it. It looks fantastic. We get that Cerakote on there to surround that. And then on the far end, it's going to be that burnt orange. I know I showed you that a while ago.
That's awesome.
Guys, I think this baby is going to be, and it's going to be something that's going to be very durable and very useful. You can take it out and shoot it. It's an AR-10.
Oh, you got the Farm Bureau insignia on there. That's sweet, man.
They did one heck of a job.
Make sure you bring them raffle tickets up.
Got to get the gun first so I can get the tickets made. So
okay.
I like to put the
you're missing opportunity.
I know. I'll have to take pre-orders, huh? But
yeah.
All right. So anyway, there's that.
what Eric say here? Well, you two will what?
What else you got here? You two have to go find a safe place with your crossbows after I'm done.
Quite possible, my friend. Speaking of crossbows, Clay, let's just get right on it with our poll question from the week here.
Why don't I pull that up right here? So this was our poll question. Our poll question was, should crossbows be legal to use for everyone during archery season? We had 57 total votes. And 71%, that would have been 40 votes, said yes. No was 19% at 11 votes. And don't care was 10%. And that was 6 votes. So, and that was, I checked that, or I made this and took the screenshot of it. That was this afternoon. But I just went and checked it here not too long ago and hadn't changed. So,
okay.
That's how it looks like it's going to come
everybody
out.
Who voted. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with a new one now. If you guys got any suggestions, let us know. We might use them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're fun to do. I like doing polls like that, especially when it's on a site that's not going to hold anything against you. So
yeah, no, absolutely. By the way, I did get the text. I don't know why, but it is not live for some reason on the website. So we might have to have T look at that for us.
Really?
Set that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I wonder.
Well, my guess is the embedded code that goes with that from the live stream. And I don't ask me how all that works. I just know that that's what happens. So something had to get mixed up.
Well, one other time somebody said that, and we actually went on, and it was working. So we'll check back.
I did just check it here, and it wasn't on, but that, unless it was delayed, but I don't think so. So anyway. Okay. What did Jay say here? He said, we used them down here in the South, started out as a handicap. Only thing that they changed it to is all could use it. Yeah, that's kind of what it is here. If you have a doctor's note, essentially, you can use it.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody should. I mean, I never voted in the poll, but I'm definitely a yes. I think they should be legal. They've had this argument at the state capitol. And they wanted to leave. Yeah, and Game and Fish guy was on Bachmeyer's show, Randy Kreil, I remember years ago. And oh Christ, they brought one of them in there, and people who haven't even shot a bow before were shooting at 30 yards the size of a grapefruit. And I said, yeah, and oh, I never even shot one before. And I go, yeah, that's called an ethical shot, me boy. Oh, he didn't like that.
Should have been happy about that, right?
Yeah, and same, it goes back. You still got to have land to hunt. You still got to have the deer come in. Just because you got a crossbow doesn't mean you're going to kill a deer. The success rate probably isn't going to go up anymore. And there's disadvantages to crossbows as there is for vertical bows too. So
there is, and you still have to have your archery safety course.
You do? What's that?
Well, I guess I come from South Dakota, so down in South Dakota, you have to have an archery safety course down there. I guess
don't shoot somebody in the ass. That's my archery safety course.
Oh, what does Eric say? Eric says, "Hey, heck yeah, it's a bow, so it can be used." There you go. And then he's an avid bow hunter. I'm telling you, he likes.
I mean, would it make anybody feel better if I turned it sideways and then shot it? It's vertical now. See,
be like shooting your pistol, right?
Yeah.
All right. All righty. Well, I guess we better get going on our first subject tonight, and our old buddy, Democrat Chris Murphy.
Oh boy, look at that face. He looks like he's a normal guy.
Yeah. So how this all happened was he was being interviewed or something from what I understand.
Yeah, he was on NBC's Meet the Depressed.
Yep. Well, that doesn't surprise me. They never go anywhere where they get real questions.
Yeah.
And they were talking gun control. And I love how they keep changing that narrative too. Did you listen to any of the interview?
I did, and I just read the story.
Now they're gun safety groups. They're not gun control groups anymore.
For sure. Sure.
Yeah, that's how he kept referencing them.
For sure.
But anyway, he hinted that there could be a popular revolt if the Supreme Court of the United States strikes down assault weapon bans or other favored Democrat gun laws. Really? So it's the old adage that when the Democrats
take them off
lose,
the streets, Clay, to keep them off the streets,
to keep them off
assault
the
weapons,
streets, to keep you all safe, right? These guys, they just never give up. They change the narrative, they change the language. It's the same old thing, just wrapped in a new wrapper. And he said here it is on NBC's Meet the Depressed, the Supreme Court eventually says that the states or the Congress can't pass universal background checks. There's that thing again. Guys, when they say that, just to be clear, that means you, me, anybody sells a gun. If I sell one to Jamie or I sell one to say to Eric or whoever it might be, they want me to go through a background check. And no, I shouldn't have to. I'm never going to support that. But anyway, that's what they're talking about.
Oh, they register you. Then anyways, they got you on record, which they're not supposed to be legally doing, passed by legislation.
Yeah. Or that we can't take these assault weapons off the streets. I think there's going to be a popular revolt over that policy. So wouldn't that be, well, let's just go on a little bit here. He added, a court that's already pretty illegitimate is going to be in full crisis mode. Really?
Illegitimate. So what he's saying right there, Clay, illegitimate is justices that actually do their job and rule by the law that's in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. He thinks it's an illegitimate court because of that. Just like most Democrats do. They hate, like when a president appoints judges and they say, Trump appointed these right-wing judges. They're not right-wing judges. They're constitutionalist judges. They go by the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Democrats don't. Liberal judges, and they are liberal and leftist. They actually don't like the Constitution and Bill of Rights. And on the rare occasion that it helps them out, they like it. For the most part, they give it lip service. It's a joke.
Absolutely. And, I get a kick out of this. Guys like Chris Murphy and several others of the Rhino crowd and the Democrat crowd
Mitt Romney
accused President Trump of inciting a riot because of his statement. Supposedly, he said be peaceful. But here they are saying that, I think there's going to be a popular revolt if things don't go our way. I mean, that's basically what he said. If the Supreme Court overrules everything, we're just going to have a revolt. Well, how come he ain't being brought up on charges?
Yeah. Oh, cool. People aren't climbing all over the Capitol and all. Well, hey, Chuck Schumer did that too, and a guy drove all the way across the country and he had his guns. He was going to kill one of the Supreme Court judges. The leftist media swept that under the rug.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't.
I don't have his comments, but I mean, if those weren't inciting people to do something, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So Clay, did you ever hear this a popular revolt saying before? I never heard that before.
That's a new one to me.
So I looked it up. You want to know what a popular revolt means?
Yes, please enlighten me.
Okay. Okay. In late medieval Europe, popular revolts were uprisings and rebellions by peasants in the countryside or the bourgeois in towns against nobles, abbots, and kings during the upheaval of the 14th through the early 16th century. Part of a larger crisis of the late Middle Ages, the term uprising refers to a popular revolt against a government or its policies. It is usually a localized act of popular violence in defiance, usually of an established government. Yeah, hey, that sounds like peaceable, what he's just saying right there, right?
Yeah, but I thought I'm kind of curious how they're going to lead this revolt. I mean, they don't like guns. Just a question.
Yeah, well, they did it in Tennessee in the State House.
Yeah, they did.
That wasn't called an insurrectional. They went in there, they were tossing cops around in there, and
they were.
And guess
Frank Walker says you guys are awesome.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man. That's awesome. We appreciate you guys.
Kevin says let them revolt. Yeah, let them do it. Bring that on.
Yeah. So the judge who ruled against us, what got Murphy and not PMSNBC, Meet the Depressed All Mad. This guy was Judge Robert Payne, issued a decision labeling a prohibition against 18 to 20-year-olds purchasing handguns as unconstitutional, which you damn right it's unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
That's not being illegitimate. That's being unconstitutional. And where he gets that from, Payne weighed the prohibition by the criteria set forth in the Bruin decision, 2022, the Supreme Court decision that struck down New York's, quote, proper cause requirement for a concealed carry issuance. So you had to give the state of New York, hey, this is my reason to carry a gun. I mean, I know the Second Amendment says that, but I need the state's permission. No, you don't. You don't. But there's right. The government, Payne said, the government simply has not met its burden to support the finding that restrictions on the purchasing of firearms by 18 to 20-year-olds is part of the nation's history and tradition of gun control, which, Clay, that was part of Bruin, right? Any gun control has to be in alignment with any gun control that's been passed, that's been law after the Second Amendment was written. That it goes to the Second Amendment. And I'll tell you what, if you can find any gun control in the Second Amendment, I'm all ears, baby.
Well,
it ain't in there.
And we've discussed Bruin here several times, and it keeps going back. Here's a judge. In fact, the one in Minnesota did the same thing, that struck down the exact same law pretty much. 18 to 20-year-olds couldn't have concealed carry in their law. Well, the judge struck it down. There's case after case.
Then backpedaled.
And then backpedaled, yeah. But
remember, I gave her some credit for being a liberal and doing what's right. Now she backpedaled.
Yep. But the thing is, they all go to Bruin. And I can't stress how big that decision was. Now, is it going to hold forever? No. Our state's going to try to challenge it. They're doing it every day. I mean, Illinois is doing it. New York's doing it. They're trying to push the limit. And we'll see. This battle ain't over. That's for sure.
No, it's never going to be. There was a couple of scumbags around at the beginning of
we were talking archery. We got a few more arrows in our quiver.
Yeah. So Payne concluded, Clay, in his statement that because the statutes and regulations in question are not consistent with our nation's history and tradition, they therefore cannot stand.
There you go.
100% right. 100% right. It doesn't take a college degree to understand that. I can promise you.
But they sure
I can promise you. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're an idiot if you're an uneducated, knuckle dragging, right wing
here.
gun nut. You know, doesn't mean you don't have common sense. Guilty as charged.
Again, well, we're gonna take a little chance here to thank some of our sponsors. I want to thank Lauer Auto Repair down there at 309 South Washington Street. Guys, you're gonna find better service. And I would really stress go in there and get your AC checked out right now. It is starting to get warmer, and I can tell you right now, I'm already been running my AC quite a bit. And then we want to mention the Blind Guy of North Dakota. They have a website, blindguidend.com. They can be reached at 701-222-3933. And Tammy and Wyatt, they do a great job putting really nice professional blinds or any kind of window covering actually in your home. So give them a call. They're patriots. They're born and raised right there in Bismarck, North Dakota. So give them guys a call. And of course, Mandan Sporting Goods down there, downtown Main Street in Mandan. You can reach Brandon and the boys at 701-751-1026. I have no doubt that a few of our guys are going to be stopping there on their way to 2A Day, probably on the Saturday. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully Brandon comes out. He said he might.
Be a lot of fun. Hopefully be a lot of fun. So, I want to thank our great sponsors. Make sure you thank them. If you go in there and talk to them, say you heard it right here on Guns in the 701. And Brandon's still doing, I believe, the 10% off if you tell him you heard it right here. So,
yep, that's right. Make sure you tell them. Otherwise, you're just hurting yourself.
Might as well grab that while you can. And they support those who are supporting us because we're all on the same team here. We're all about freedom, protecting our rights, and it's great to have good sponsors like that to believe that. So thanks again to all our sponsors.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get some good comments here by Frank there on the right. Once you read those off.
So let's see. He's got damn straight First Amendment is protected by the Second, and that's absolutely right. The Second Amendment protects them all, actually. Then he's got on here, my guns are not the Democrats' problem, FJB.
That's right. Absolutely.
Terrorists. I think they're getting there. They're definitely tyrants.
Oh, they're there. They're there. Antifa's their terrorist wing for sure.
Get your cabin air filter changed to filter out all the smoke. There you go. Stop in the auto.
There you go.
Get your cab filter changed.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, I can't believe how thick that is out there right now. Wow.
Yeah. It kind of chilled it out a little bit too.
So anyone, if you actually listen to Twitter, you're going to lose that feed. I think maybe that's what's giving us issues here. So it's gone.
Is it? Uh-oh. Come on, Elon. What's going on, man? Honestly, nobody listens on Twitter anyway.
I don't think I've ever seen a listener on there.
No, there's one or two, but all right. So what's telling you about the Rugers right here, Clay? You had your Ruger. I held up mine. Ruger's coming out with the factory handgun here. Maybe you heard of it, the Ruger Max 9, sweet little pistol that's coming factory with that dot right there, the ready dot micro-reflex. And just to make something clear, Clay and I are not sponsored by Ruger. If Ruger wants to sponsor us, we're wide open for it, man.
Send us a check. We'll get you right on.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah. So you got a picture of that handgun, Clay, or just that sweet little sight on there? Okay. Yeah. So like I said, it's this micro-reflex sight system. You can co-witness it with your sights, and nobody knows what co-witness is. The reflex sight has a little dot in it that's projected on it by LED, and you can sight that in. It's co-witness with your sights on your iron sights, so the dot will line up right on top of your sights like you're actually shooting with it. It's pretty sweet. I have a reflex sight on one of my ARs. It works freaking right there. It is, and that's what I said. It almost is kind of a kick off of my LC9S here. Those are sweet pistols. I think our buddy Leon actually might have one of these.
If he makes it Saturday, he should bring it.
I haven't heard nothing from him either. So, so it's a one power reflex sight fixed in the elevation of windage. You can adjust that, of course, with this built-in red dot. It's meant to be user friendly. They are easy to use. I mean, like my reflex, super easy to zero in, which I'm sure this thing is, and it comes on the gun, so you don't have to worry about mounting a damn thing. You can get it and put it on. I think they actually make carry holsters for it too now, which is awesome.
I would imagine like the holster I have right now for my 5.7. That thing probably would fit it. It looks like the same kind of grip and frame, just a little bit more compact, but I bet it would work.
Yeah, your 5.7 is way bigger, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's got a manual safety. I think you can get them without manual safety. Some people hate manual safeties, man. I love a manual safety on there. Everybody's like, well, you know, remember on Black Hawk Down, that guy, like, my finger's my safety. Yeah, I got you there, man. But I stick something down my pants, I want a safety. I don't have to just worry about the trigger being my safety.
I don't want an accident there.
Yeah. And so maybe you're wondering, these reflex, they got like a I'm trying to think of what the mounting platform is. What do they call that thing on there? But it's kind of a universal thing for this kind of sight that screws into the top of a lot of these firearms. It can go on a ton of them. If you go on their site, they got a whole deal with this pattern that's on the bottom of this mount that fits on a numerous amounts of handguns.
Well, I think they based it kind of off of the Shield, you know, the Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, there you go. Shield RMSC footprint.
Basically they modeled off that, and that's off of that. Well, that applies to a lot of those compact handguns.
Yeah, which is cool. Like I said, I can shoot a handgun pretty good, which we're gonna find out Saturday when I get. But man, when there's a dot on there, that makes it so much easier. And I would love to put a dot on my carry pistols here, because I just feel more comfortable. Plus, not only what's cool about this dot sight, Clay, it doesn't even have batteries. It's got a little bar in there that charges up like an ACOG.
Yeah, it has a fiber illuminated reticle that automatically adjusts to your light conditions. And then it's specifically designed for battery-free use. And now you're not going to go out there and go crazy at 100 yards. They're talking shooting for carrying distances. Carrying distances are going to be feet, not yards. So just keep that in mind.
And this pistol has a 3.2-inch barrel, which that's exactly what my LC9s are. So you can see how short. I
like fiber optic sights.
Massively long fingers.
That's what those Kel-Tec PMRs come with. I love them. That makes a heck of a big difference. And that's what this is. It's bringing in that light. I mean, you can see a long ways with that, really, too. You really can.
Yeah, but I mean, this thing actually will keep it lit. And the way I'm reading it is it does it at night, even. So
that's what it kind of sounded like.
Yeah,
it's. So, I'm anxious to look at one. I'm definitely gonna. We'll have to talk to Brandon down there and see if he's got it.
I've eyeballed one. I haven't actually handled it, so a few more things. And we're doing this, guys, because we can't just. I mean, we can just talk politics, but I'll be honest with you, I get tired of talking about it completely. I like to do some more tech shit like this too, because I'm kind of a tech nerd with some stuff. So it 9mm, of course, 12+1 capacity, which is pretty sweet for that little gun, right? Just 2 is all you need. Put it right up to the door and boom, like Joe said, just let her buck. This striker fired. Comes with it actually comes with a tritium fiber optic front and rear sight on top of having this red dot. So that thing's lit up bigger than Dallas. If you know a tritium, the sun hits it and that sucker will glow way into the night, man, if it's good tritium. Drift adjustable. Usually what Ruger has, you don't have to pound on them. You just loosen a screw and tap them. Like a lot of these, you got to I hate that when they're that hard to adjust. And like I said, 3.2-inch barrel. Overall empty weight of 18.4 ounces, so under 2 pounds. This thing's pretty sweet. Yeah, it comes with 2 magazines too, and a finger extension floor plate, which if you don't know what that is, a regular magazine is just flat, where mine, it has that little hook on there, which it works so much better when you're holding,
especially if you got bigger hands.
Yeah, and this one this is a bigger one, way bigger one. It holds 2 or 3 more rounds in the stand. But that holds 9. But
careful, ATF 12 rounds classifying that as a machine gun.
Yeah, so if you buy this sight by itself, Clay, which seems like a pretty damn good deal to me, at $100 just for the sight. But if you buy the Max 9 Ready Dot, this is MSRP, so it's going to be cheaper at $489. So my guess is right about $400, $425 is what you'll get that whole package for. And I have seen some things where, people have shot these just, reading in articles and on some YouTube stuff, and they seem like they're, definitely practical accuracy, depending on your skill, probably even better.
Yeah, so. I think it's a pretty affordable, and it's set up for carrying. That's what this thing, it's designed to be a carry pistol. So, you basically get it, learn how to use it, and you're ready to rock and roll. So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I got 2 carry pistols right now, but I certainly wouldn't mind having
Always have
another one.
another one. We'll tell you
Yeah,
what, why don't
yeah,
we let's take a commercial break and pay some bills here, and then when we come back,
we want to do the triple here. Is that what we're
yeah,
gonna hit?
let's do our triple, thank all 3 of them, and then when we come back, we'll run through some of these comments, then we'll move on to what Bill Clinton's been saying.
Yeah, then we're gonna talk about Bill Clinton. He's back in the news here.
All right.
Hold on, Monica. We'll be right back. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Right on.
Oh,
you got kind of blurred out on me there,
Hopefully
Clay.
I'm
I don't
back
know. Okay. Before I forget, Clay, Jay's listening. Jay, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, I got a lot of stuff going on with this stuff, but I'm pretty sure you wanted a cap. Right, I think you wanted the black one. I think you sent me a message on Facebook. I mean, if I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure you did. We got them in now. We got all our caps back, hanging by a thread. A neighborhood gal here does it for us. If you guys need anything sewn up, yep, they're just got those back. There's got 2 different kinds of leather patches on there. The black cap, like Clay's got on, definitely the most popular. It's kind of the high.
I got the neon
the higher.
Yeah.
Do you?
Still got some of them.
That's it's structured. That's the structured one.
Yes.
Frank said Facebook just warned him about his comments. Wow, they're going in live real
Here's
time.
the ones.
And
and we got some of them again. So they're done now.
Yeah.
You said. Oh, they're not.
No, I got some. I told you I sold a couple more today,
so they're going fast already. So if we need to, we'll get some.
Yeah.
More.
And if you're one of the lucky devils coming out to 2A Day Saturday, I am bringing some swag out, and Clay's bringing some up. So on top of your gun, bring some K.
Selfless promotion, right?
All
right, so I'm going to run down some of these here before we get going
too
far here.
Go for it, Clay.
Jay's like, our country, he feels, and I think a lot of people feel this way.
Jay's a former Marine too. I went to high school with him. Guy's awesome.
Sir.
He's a great American. There's not too many Americans better than this guy. Stand up dude. He's awesome.
I got a lot of respect for Marines. There's no doubt about that. I got a lot of respect for all our vets. Just plain and simple.
Yes, sir.
Our country is headed to dangerous times, but what do you think will be the breaking point? Gun confiscation? Another questionable election? That's a really good question. I don't know what the breaking point. I think for some it's really close, closer than others. I would say that if another election goes the way it did in 2020, not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Things ain't going to be good. But we got another problem. We got an invasion happening right now on the southern border. If you look at the numbers, they're actually talking about that 15 plus million, and they're not going to ever be deported. What's that going to do to the face of our country after 1 year, 10 years, 20, hell, maybe 5 years?
Well, you know what it's going to do, Clay? Clay and I did a show on this a while back. One of our segments was on why immigration, legal, illegal, or otherwise, completely helps the Democrats out, because the vast majority, I'll make this real quick, the vast majority of any immigrants to this country, legal, illegal, however, refugee, whatever, the numbers pointed out, they almost always the vast majority of the time they become Democrats.
Yes, they do.
And I don't care what country they're from. Some countries are less than others. And I'll just say it, and I won't go on anymore. I want a 25-year moratorium on immigration from any country and everywhere. I'm done with it.
We've done it.
The ones here won't assimilate the way it is.
We've done this.
Yeah, it's done it before. It ain't like, JD, scumbag. No. How do you think you got here?
No, it's been done before.
We've done it before, and it's worked before, and it'll work again.
So One Shot Cap, he asks, what do you think of the new Henry pistols? I don't know. I mean, I've read about them, but I haven't had a chance to put my hands on one. So
look, hey, I've seen them a lot, Cap. I haven't. Okay, well, hey, I'll tell you what, Clay, let's do a little more research next week. Let's talk about them. They're revolvers. They look freaking sweet.
And I don't know if maybe Brandon's got some down there. I don't know. I've never had a chance to actually put my hands
Henry
on
Homesteader too, that 9mm, which I might get to.
Put it this way, I did a lot of work with them when I worked with the NRA. We worked a lot with them within our program. And,
I'm laughing. We got a lefty in the comments.
I mean, you can't beat their rifles. I can't imagine that their pistols aren't going to be good. So I'll skip to Eric's here. What do you say? The breaking point.
No, I said we got a lefty in the comments.
Well, Eric says the breaking point is when God says you have strayed long enough and enough is enough. Last time that happened, it was a flood. Wonder what he's going to do this time. Good point. Good point.
So put Larry's comment up here, Clayton.
Top 7 federal welfare recipients are red states. Oh, really, Larry?
Keep talking, he says. Keep talking. Larry. Hey, Larry, I guarantee you, we're going to keep talking.
And I'm
Stick around.
Counting egg programs. That's usually what they do.
Oh, for sure.
I'm guessing that's probably what it is. But Larry, yeah, you're probably a leftist. I really don't care.
Hey, Larry,
look it up.
The top 7 states are for...
Your burden of proof, son. You look it up, buddy. Put a link in there. I'm not going to look.
Hey, Larry, you know what the top 20 states are to take away your individual freedoms? They're blue states.
You know where the highest crime is? Blue states or blue cities in red states run by Democrats. Look it up.
Look it up. Keep typing.
We really don't give a crap what you think if that's your ideology. We don't have a safe place here for you, so you probably better go cry somewhere. I don't know.
Stick around. You're good. You're good for everybody to see what a leftist is all about, Larry. Just keep it up.
Gene. Hey, Gene, you know what? 1911 in a 38 Super. He says you only need one handgun. I've never had the pleasure to shoot one. I bet maybe I might know a guy, though, huh? So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. What are you doing Saturday,
come on
Gene?
Up. 2A day. And Frank, I can't believe you got warned in a live already about from fascists.
Yeah, well, people like Larry run Facebook, and they don't like free speech, so they start threatening you to shut your mouth because they don't like being challenged.
That's about it.
Don't you, Larry?
Larry.
Cambridge Analytics got you good. You didn't got anything, dude.
Cambridge, there's a credible place. Another leftist institution. So Keith put up there. He goes, I was in Shields today and saw a Pump 22. I've never seen one of those. Actually, Rossi's made them. Winchester made some of those for a while, if I remember right. But I actually have a Rossi. It's nothing special. It does the job. It's been a good gun. It was my father-in-law's, actually. So, yeah, they're kind of cool.
My dad actually just was shooting a Mossberg 22 pump when I was out the ranch here last weekend. Thing was pretty sweet. I like it. I think Taurus makes a pump.
Yeah, I think they do too. Oh, Larry, really? I didn't leave my hometown. There's a leftist. The guy loved this idiot. He knows nothing of what I've done in my life. I've been all over this country. I've done a lot of things. You don't know that, but you make assumptions, and that's what a leftist does. But yeah, just a little like Lynette, just love the troll.
Hey, Larry, I got news for you. There's a lot of people in my hometown that are a hell of a lot smarter than you are, my friend, and we got a lot more common sense than your leftist ass will ever have. So,
Paula,
why don't you go get your junk cut off because it makes you feel good?
You probably got it.
And while you're at it, clean up your single shot and turn it into Joe.
Larry got a lot of repenting to do and needs to get it clue. That's what Paula said. Hey, this is kind of entertaining.
ain't happening.
We haven't had a leftist.
Yeah, Larry, thanks,
Hey,
man.
Dougie
we're
puts
gonna
leftists
definitely
always
keep
bring
the
up
guns.
education. Oh yeah, because
Yeah, they're so damn smart,
I
man.
am Hicks out here that retired when we were in our 40s and don't know anything. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so anyway.
Larry's one of them guys who wants to change the summer air and his winter air in his car too, I'm sure.
Hey, Doug, you got down there at Laura Auto, you got any blinker fluid for this guy? I might do it.
Oh, he's a native Montanan. Let me guess. Let's see, somewhere out west where the college is. Let me think here. Missoula. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're probably from Missoula with the rest of the freaking granolas out there. I'll probably ski circles around you too, and I'm from North Dakota, Larry.
Hey, Kevin, he says, we don't care where you're from, Larry. And that's true. We don't. We really don't. So anyway.
Oh. Hey, Larry, one quick thing more on Larry before we go on here to Larry's hero, Bill Clinton. Larry, how you liking that Republican-dominated Montana legislature and that governor? How's that feeling, baby? Yeah. Once you pack up, move to Montana with the rest of your
he really is he must be a Fetterman guy. I mean, that kind of sounds a couple of entitled boomers. Really? You think I'm a boomer? No, my parents were boomers. They come from the boomer generation because their parents were from World War II. If you want a little history education, that's where the boomers come from. I'm not a boomer, man. I'm just telling you. And it sure as hell ain't a millennial.
Yeah, Clay. Larry knows he's real smart. He's a leftist.
He's probably got a big fancy college degree.
Go drag your knuckles on the ground, Clay.
Keith O'Donnell. He's probably from Bozeman.
Ooh, yeah, there's some there, man. I used to rip it up at Bridger Bowl there many a time, but not anymore.
Hey, Larry, go wear your mask and go get your 10,000 probably booster shot for China virus.
Yeah. There you go, Larry. You're getting overrun. Like I said, pack up all your stuff and head to California.
You don't like it out here
instead of polluting Montana.
You don't like Montana. You
Get
don't
the
like
hell
the
out.
Dakotas. Go to them states you like so much. Oh, that's right. They got some pretty high taxes and no rights. That must be the deal.
He's not sabotaging the show.
Nah,
we're just having some fun with Larry. Oh, yeah, can't beat it, Larry. Nah, go ahead, hang on, Larry.
Hang out.
We're going to talk about your boy Bill Clinton here.
Beat it.
You guys didn't have a problem with old Bill monkeying around there in the White House, but what Trump did in his private life. No, that's something to talk about.
Don't worry, Kevin.
Get that
Larry
cigar
will
out.
beat it later on his own in his room.
He's an incel.
So let's get the
all
big
right,
cat.
Clayton, let's hit it.
Bill Clinton was in the news, unfortunately. Not the news I wanted to hear about him, actually, but he says that children can't suffer.
Oh, I got you.
Because we want to keep our Second Amendment, and of course we call it our civil right. But essentially what old Bill thinks is that it doesn't matter if it's our rights. If anybody dies, it's kind of like the old adage from these gun control activists. If it saves one life, but it doesn't save one life with their actions. Everything they've ever called for doesn't work. We've proven that on previous shows.
More lives are saved with guns.
That's right.
Proven.
So,
multitude.
With this, I am going to actually play a little clip here from him. So here's what Bill Clinton said in an interview just recently with that moron from MSNBC. I don't even know, Joe something.
Morning Joe.
Here it is.
Grew up in a culture where everybody we went to church with, everybody that was in our neighborhood, they all went out hunting. You've talked about shotguns growing up. Same here.
I remember when Jack Brooks, who was a congressman from Texas, had enjoyed the support of the NRA in every election he was ever in, and Tom Foley, the Speaker of the House from Washington. They both told me that when the Senate put in the assault weapons ban into the crime bill, which I wanted, that if I signed it, we would lose the House. And we did. And they lost their seats because of the ability of the NRA to terrify people. If you believe you were compelled to let kids die in order to keep your freedoms, that's sort of the way this debate.
And I didn't cut that off there. That's where they cut that off when they had the clip out on the public stations. So I don't know what else was said after that. If you look at the transcript, it sounds like he said that something about they lost their seats because of it, and if you want to keep your freedom, that's what the debate is. That was what he said at the very end. So let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
So in the first part of that, he talks about, yeah, we're hunters, because I think that's what the Second Amendment says. It says the right to hunt, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
it says that right in there. The right of the people to keep and bear hunting rifles and shotguns as 2 barrels shall not be infringed.
That's exactly. No mags, no nothing. They can't be black either. They got to be wood stocks and
yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure some smart guy, highly educated guy like Larry can find the word hunting in the Second Amendment somewhere.
So, it's the same old. And I remember when Columbine happened. Yeah, Clinton was in there, and then he pushed the assault weapons ban, which, by the way, did nothing for 10 years. Thank God for the NRA. And I know the NRA took some hits over this. It was going to pass, guys. You had Clinton in the White House. You had the Democrat control of the Senate, Democrat control of the House. And that is exactly the same situation we had under Obama here not too long ago. And that's how that got passed. So they litigated it down to where it wasn't going to be bad. That sunset clause, that come from NRA, guys. If the NRA wouldn't have been involved in those talks, you would have never had a sunset clause. It would have never went away.
Well, I don't know how Columbine happened, Clay, because the Democrats had one of their biggest wet dreams of all time, the assault weapons ban, and how did that happen?
I mean, what?
They quit after that, though, right, Clay? Because that's all they wanted. I would just keep everybody safe, and that assault weapons ban. They didn't ask for any more gun control after that, right?
No, never.
You damn right they did.
They pushed this baby through, and I found it interesting that Bill Clinton actually referenced what happened. And he actually was right. Jack Brooks, he was a congressman from Texas, and Texas was actually even probably redder than it is now. You got the crazy metropolitans out there they're really turning to the left pretty hard, and a lot of people moving in from California and other states, fleeing their shitty states because they've destroyed them, so now they're trying to destroy another one.
Like they're doing to Bozeman.
Bozeman and that part of Montana. Yeah. Look what they've done in Colorado, and look what they've done in even in Wyoming.
I'm saying they're ruining Bozeman.
They're
ruining it.
Kalispell's just as bad.
L-Dog and his boys already polluted Missoula into a pothole.
So Brooks actually was one of these A-rated, supported, congressmen. Tom Foley, he was a Speaker of the House. You probably remember him. I was actually in high school, guys, when this was going on. But Tom Foley was Speaker of the House, and they were absolutely right. They lost their seats. But I like how he says, the NRA terrified people. No, they didn't.
Yeah. The NRA, what I like, too, is we got people on our side who think the NRA is a bunch of compromising losers.
Yeah, we got a lot of people think that.
Bill Clinton just said last month that the NRA is still terrifying people.
I'm telling you right now, NRA is not what Matt Simon.
I wanted to see Matt
having such a meaningless life that you feel the need to spend your evening listening to something you don't like just for a chance to spread your misery. Bingo, Matt. Boom. Yeah, Matt gets it every time.
Oh,
but and then we're not, Matt. We're done with him. We had our fun, so whatever.
Well, I might be.
He can comment all he wants. I don't have to put him up or read him.
I'll just throw a shot at him.
Absolutely. It's our show.
Yeah, okay, now, I won't say it, but he's really coming out in the comments now. There you go, Larry, you angry leftist turd. Let it all come out now. Try and act all calm and collected. You're unhinged and angry just like the rest of you scumbags in your party.
Pretty much.
Leftist punk.
Piece of shit.
So, we go on here. Here's I get this a good kick out of Clinton right here. Well, one thing's pretty clear is whatever we do, we need to do it together more. And I think we need to start talking across the divide. Well, I'll tell you what, Bubba, that was his nickname back when he ran for office, and I was in the 90s, Bubba Clinton, Bill Clinton. The divide has been widened by you and your party, Clinton, especially on guns. Constantly trying to pass legislation. Biden's out there now on damn near a daily basis talking about banning guns, taking them out. This gun's got to go. That gun's got to go. You're insane if you are not insane. What do you say you were, Clay?
Oh, sorry, I was reading comments. I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
Oh, yeah. You're an evil person or something like that if you want to own guns, yes. Joe Biden said. So the divide has been widened by the leftists for sure. But the Democrat Party has widened the divide in this country because the Democrats are starting to go way left of what they used to be. John Kennedy would be booted out of today's Democrat Party as a right-wing gun nut because
gone.
what John Kennedy, a lifetime NRA member, and he actually talked about the citizen militia, which is the people. He knew what it was all about.
And there's not ever going to be, you know what? The Second Amendment is not up for debate. It's not up for compromise. And that's what they don't get it. You can't compromise with these people because their idea is to infringe on it. And my idea, and most people who are constitutionalists, will not compromise. There is no compromise with them 27 words, period. So I'm not interested in talking to them. I'm not interested in working with them. I'm interested in defeating them and making sure they fail at every single point in their life. I want these people to fail. People like Rush, just like Rush said, I want them to fail. I want Joe Biden to fail because his ideology and his agenda is horrible. Look at the path we're on. One of the worst. He's going to make Jimmy Carter look good. That's how bad he is.
Yeah. So Bubba goes on here and, he said it before, if you believe you're compelled to let kids die in order to keep your freedoms, that's sort of the way this debate is. No, it's not. I tell you what, Clinton, you and a handful of Republicans out there, to be fair, they're the ones allowing it because you won't properly protect the schools. You won't harden schools as targets. You won't allow teachers to conceal carry. You won't get enough guards in these schools who are in plain clothes, so they're not obvious to these sick. The majority of these sickos are leftists too. They want to come in and shoot these schools up. You're the one who's doing it. We don't have to lose any rights to protect our schools and defend them. You're the one who's allowing it to happen because guess what, Bill? You like it because it gives us a better chance of banning guns. That's exactly why you sick people want to do this.
It's all about control, guys. It's all about control. Every country that has ever went to that route where they have, registered them or they just flat out confiscated them. Well, guess where those countries went? They went hard into dictatorships, and that's what they want. You cannot control a populace without guns. And and I see this all the time. Well, Joe Biden himself said it. Old dementia Joe, saying, "Oh, what are you guys going to do? Take on an F-15 or an F-16?" Which
Larry said it in the comments too. Leftist Larry.
Leftist Larry. There we go.
Double L. Double L.
It's not about that. They're not going to do that because they're not that stupid. And there's, people like Larry and the leftists don't understand what we actually do know, what we do have, and what we will do. It's that simple. But keep living your freaking fantasy and just see how far it goes because it's kind of funny. These people threaten us, but they don't believe in guns. So how are they going to protect themselves when I just double tap them? I don't get it.
Clay, remember I told you we were talking about this yesterday, I think. John Brown gun clubs. Antifa's got the John Brown gun clubs going. The leftists are starting to teach each other how to use firearms, and trust me, more of these leftists are willing to use them before we are. That I'll promise you. They're unhinged. They're unhinged freaks like this Double L here in the comments. Loser Larry. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've done it before. They tore down city blocks before before January 6th was even a twinkle in their eye. Antifa, BLM, and their ilk, they were burning up city blocks. And guess what?
Yeah.
The big leftist government we got pretty much covered for them because a lot of these guys are still, guilty as hell, free as a bird.
They destroyed cities out in Oregon. I mean, everywhere they went.
Yeah, now they got their own gun clubs they're doing. So careful. These guys they'll get their shit together. Don't worry.
That's right, Gene. You're absolutely right. Columbine was a straw purchase. And they always fail that's already illegal. Has been for years. In fact, that's what the 4473 is all about. So,
Any day what, Larry? Any effing day what, Larry? You threatening people now, you bitch?
Come on out, buddy.
You better stay in Montana, boy.
Boy.
I'm going to take a screenshot of that because if you ever show up around me, you're going to regret some
We
shit.
did pass Castle Doctrine and stand your ground in North Dakota, Larry. We also have it in South Dakota. I wouldn't advise. And you know what? Something we don't do. We're not like the leftists. We have a sense. I could block him right now, but I'm not going to.
No, leave him on.
And usually what a leftist does is they go down that path of, they can't make their point. They can't back it up. So then they start getting angry. Then they start calling names. Then they start threatening. And, well, they're keyboard warriors.
Well, he's right about something here. Liberals actually have the money to sustain a war effort. He's right. You're right, Larry. You know why you're right? Because this is a good point where you guys are such lying dipshits. You always claim the right has all the money and the millionaires. The fact is the leftists have way more millionaires and billionaires than the right does. But you guys got the freaking sheep hoodwink to believe that the right wing has all the money, and you guys do. You guys are the rich dinks.
When you look at their platform and their ideology, a rich Democrat or a rich liberal really doesn't make sense, does it? According to them, they hate capitalism, but that's all how they all got rich.
Yeah. So we had the thing last week. Somebody wanted to us to say every week an anti-gun company.
I
right,
did.
Clay? I was
yeah,
anti-gun.
So we're going to move into our Second Amendment bullet points. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to give you this one right off the bat here. One of these just common man, right? Left the Democrat companies, common man, Levi Strauss, right? Just pants for the working man. Good old Levi Strauss. They partnered with every town for Second Amendment prohibition, $1 million. They've actually got employee paid leave to volunteer to go out and do anti-gun political activism.
Really? Yeah, well, they've been on that road for a while. I ditched Levi's many years ago.
Yep, me
Just
too.
like
me too. I'll never own another pair of Levi's.
Pretty sure that Anheuser-Busch, not just Bud Light guys, I think the company themselves, that 38% hit in their stock value dropping probably hurt pretty hard.
It's still going down. I love it.
And Miller, they evidently didn't. Miller Lite didn't learn the lesson, so they come out with another stupid woke ad, and that's where it leads to. I'm going to tie this all to guns. So I think it might actually surprise some people that Heckler and Koch, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Coke, some people call it, but H&K. Remember that gun manufacturer?
Yep.
So,
you're going to tell that. But that's right. You told me about this.
So what happened was Graham Allen was on Twitter, and he's like, hey, didn't anybody learn from Bud Light's very costly mistake? Miller Lite just dropped a woke advertisement, which they did. I don't know if you've seen this thing. It's basically Miller Lite has come out and said, we're going to get rid of all ads that have, girl, women, and basically think it's degrading, And I can remember all them posters that all of the beer companies did it. And
back when they were
bikinis on.
Coors Light had a good one.
Now Coors Light, they like pride parades instead, I guess. And I can tell you right now, all he was doing was just pointing it out. Well, the H&K response and the woman who was doing it, she must be part of their marketing, or maybe she's in the upper management. I don't understand that either, because they're the ones that are all doing this. She retweeted to him and said that the support for not using bunnies to sell guns is a perfect thing to do. And then on Tuesday, the tweet that has been deleted since then, she doubled down by saying the accusations that have become woke by giving a detailed explanation of their opposition of objectifying women and selling guns. They don't think that. I guess, I look at this, yes, females that are starting to shoot are becoming a very fast-growing segment. I don't know about you, but I don't think anybody's forced any lady to start shooting and then start doing advertising. The ones I know that have been involved in it, they volunteered to do it. They like the idea that you have sexy women out there shooting. I mean, I can't think of a better way to do it.
Boy, I wouldn't sell anything, would it, Clay?
So,
God, you hate to try and sell guns to the majority of your base.
Right. So here's how it goes, because the majority of the base that still buy firearms are men, plain and simple.
Well, the majority, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Men who like women. Men who like women, beer companies trying to,
ones that go have
beer.
a surgery and slap a couple tits on them and still keep the tallywhacker. That's not a woman, boys and girls. Anyway, wow, woke, she writes. Allow me to translate. Objectifying women was never a good marketing strategy, especially in the firearms industry. That was a prominent strategy up until recently, and many industries now are done with that. They may be, but it's hurting them. And she says, especially beer corporations. Yeah, that's working out real good, ain't it?
Let's try it with guns. That's going to work even better.
As an actual woman typing this, I'll use more words for you to comprehend this. And there's the condescending remarks that always comes from a leftist.
Actual, huh? Wait a minute, actual woman. So she's not very open-minded. She's actually a bigot.
She must
huh?
be
An actual woman. I thought you could just pick who you are.
using bunnies to sell products is trash marketing. Supporting women by not doing this is good. Well, I don't know. I look at the models that do it. They get paid pretty well for it, so they're actually making a good living doing it, which is probably good. Probably supporting their families. Who knows? Maybe they make more than their husbands. I don't know. But they seem to enjoy it, and they signed up to do it. So I don't think they have a problem with it. You know?
Well, I can tell you what, you go on any social media gun site, and if they got beautiful women that are nice and they're shooting their guns, they get a lot more traffic on there than they would with somebody coming on with this woke H and K did. This is H and K. Huh?
So they deleted these. So somebody above her evidently got hold of this and said, we're not going to do that. And they got rid of the deletes. But before it went down, in the same tweet, it's now deleted, it addressed Miller's Light non-bikini focus and gave them props for pivoting towards the use of actual women. It's like, okay. Twitter lit up, though, and I can imagine. And they just started. One guy said, urging a gun maker to quit making woke assertions. That user wrote, they need to stop digging themselves deeper. And he's right. And I got on there earlier, and yeah, everything's gone. They took it all down. I can't imagine some of the comments are on there, but I imagine H and K.
I'd have loved to see that.
Gets out. I don't think H and K is gonna do well with this. I can tell you right now, I won't look at their stuff.
What's this gal's name? Is she still employed there?
She didn't put her name out there. So, and I went looking for it. I couldn't find
a real woman with no name.
A real woman with no name. So, but anyway, that's H and K.
Maybe your name's Larry.
Her name's Larry. I love it. I love it.
I wouldn't doubt that.
So that was one of my 2A bullet points.
Okay.
Me, so.
All right. I got another one here for you, Clay. So we all know Governor Ronnie DeSantis, right? All right. So last Friday, he signed legislation that prohibits credit card companies from tracking gun sales in Florida. His office posted an announcement to the Florida governor's homepage saying today, Governor Ron DeSantis signed Senate Bill 7054 and SB 214 to protect the personal finances of Floridians from government overreach and woke corporate monitoring. What he's talking about here, is the MCC code, which Clay and I have talked about, right? That they want you to, hey, he bought this is a gun here. Make sure everybody knows the credit card company's got to know that this is a gun that was purchased with this. So they obviously. Ronnie D banned that, and National Shooting Sports Foundation Senior Vice President Larry Keene commented on Ronnie D's efforts, saying Governor DeSantis is standing up against woke initiative born from the efforts of anti-gun Wall Street banks and their gun control allies in the media to use lawful private transactions as a means to usher in gun control. And he's 100% right. He's 100% right about that.
It's a backdoor.
No law-abiding American should be subject to having their name and financial data being added to a government-accessible watch list simply for exercising their Second Amendment civil right to keep and bear arms. Perfect. I love it. Larry Keene's right on the money with that.
Absolutely. This idea that was going to be a backdoor way to register or track gun sales, they had to know. I mean, maybe they didn't, but they had to know that people are going to fight that. And luckily, you got people like Ron DeSantis of Florida who, he's got legislation signed. It's the law of the land in Florida. They can't do it. And the best thing is, guys, if you think you're being tracked, use cash.
Right. That is the best way to do it.
Trampus, no, I have not seen the new Ford Raptor ad, but I heard that it went pretty freaking left. I heard it went faggot, so I guess that ought to set Larry off. I don't know, rope sucker, is that better? I don't know. Anyway.
So I've never seen the Raptor ad. I haven't
either. I just heard about it. I really don't know what it's about, Trampus, but send me a link. I'll definitely look it up or tell me. Oh, here's got it. He says, I guess it's a painted rainbow on it. So I suppose it's an electric vehicle too, so you can go about 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really great at going off road.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me Ford's going. I'm getting so sick and tired of these companies. I see that the LA Dodgers, they're doing the same thing. They're going to honor some kind of mentally ill drag things that hate Catholics, I guess. They dress up like nuns, and they're going to honor them as the community people of Lord or some damn thing.
Yeah.
I imagine that's not going to bode well for them either.
You can get away with saying, you can get away with being bigoted towards right wingers. That's fine with
That's
them.
okay. I call them how I see them. I really don't care. They're mentally ill people. They have a problem. It should
We
be
got
treated,
one in the comments here.
Yeah, it should be treated, not basically tried to be made normal. So it's not normal.
Oh,
if you see one of them, hit it, because I don't see them all here. I'm trying to catch up.
So here, I'm going to put one up here just for Larry, because he was trying to talk some Bible there earlier, right?
Oh, okay.
There you go, Larry. We got bumper stickers just like that, just for dipwads
Just
like
for you.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll send
Hey,
you up
that's
for
not
free.
the real one. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what it is now. So big
That's
scripture man that you are. Take your leftist money if you want one of those too. If you got
we'll take his
$5
money.
in your pocket.
Oh, but he says they're rich. Didn't you see that? It's kind of been entertaining. It's been a different way, but that's okay.
Hey, Larry, you don't come on back.
Keith, Facebook gonna ban us now. They might, but that's fine. We'll get things rolling again on the website. We're still on CommieTube, so
Yeah, I'm sure. Open-minded Larry, he'll probably try and report us, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Not the first time. I'm a champion at fascist book jail. I think I did the longest time in fascist. I've been there probably as long as the J6ers at times for no reason.
Wow, well, Larry, you bet. You look at Larry's been reading some books. AKs won't jam. Yeah, they won't.
So
yeah, they won't.
Now here's a kid. This kid's smarter than Larry. He even has the information on the Ford Raptor ad, says that they're redefining tough. Oh, well.
That's what it says, huh? Okay.
I guess.
I'm definitely going to have to look that up.
See, Caden's a good conservative, and he's only 13, so he does a good job.
Awesome,
I know his dad
man.
real good. No, I hadn't seen the ad yet. I suppose I'm going to have to go look it up now and see what's going on. I haven't bought a new Ford, though, since 2003 when they screwed up my Power Stroke diesel. What a piece of crap that was. So I went to Dodge and got the Cummins in there, and I loved that pickup.
Well, you know what happened there when the motor went south. They hired a few engineers named Larry.
Probably trying to make it green.
I went to college. I can make a motor.
Yeah, I've seen.
I'm really smart.
Send their little IT guys out that don't really know anything. Tell Larry can figure out what bathroom to use and stop wanting to mutilate our kids. His words mean nothing. Absolutely.
Hey, according to Joe, you're the intolerant one if you don't want to let him do that.
Yeah.
You're sick.
We don't have to really address our fans are some of the best. Our listeners are the best. They're taking care of it. So don't mess with JD's mama.
Oh.
I think we're going to have a new jug out on the range on Saturday.
There you
it's going to be Larry.
Yeah, there we go. Larry will take $5 from your pocket. That's the leftist way. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Reach down in there. Take your money out, baby.
I think, though, for Larry, even though we sell them for $5, Larry's got to pay 10.
Yeah, yours is 10, Larry. Actually, it's going to be about 15. You can pay the shipping, too, you dipwad.
Larry can bring his AK to 2A day. Come on out. Oh, my God. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd be willing to bet you I'm the name of $50. Larry doesn't even know which way to put the magazine in an AK. He thinks it's a clip.
Probably, yeah. We could give him a real clip.
Banana clip.
I have some real clips around here.
He wouldn't know the difference.
They fit. Let's see. I still got it back here. That gun.
Only thing he'd know about it, Clay, is that it needs to be banned.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Good luck with
that.
Anyway.
So you got any more BPs here, Clay? Well, if you don't, I definitely
did. But we kind of covered it in a way. It actually had to do with the federal judge in Virginia, Mr. Payne. And he basically struck down, the prohibited FFL dealers from selling handguns to 18 to 20-year-olds. And we kind of covered it because everything he stated in there in his 71-page ruling was that it went back to Bruin. He said if the court were to exclude 18 to 20-year-olds from the Second Amendment's protection, it would impose limitations on the Second Amendment that do not exist with other constitutional guarantees. Because the statutes and regulations in question are not consistent with the nation's history and tradition, they therefore cannot stand. And that's what he wrote. And he's absolutely right on this. He did point out one other thing, and this was U.S. District Court Judge Robert Payne. He said, since adults under the age of 21 have the right to vote, they can join the military, they can serve on a federal jury, there's absolutely no reason why the federal law should restrict them from buying a firearm. And he's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
You are an adult. You can be tried as an adult. You can serve time as an adult. You can be drafted. You can do everything as an adult. But yet,
Wait a minute. What did Larry's boyfriend say here back?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't been listening to the dipshit.
No, I'm saying the beginning of the story here, the end of your 18 to 20. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but
you're talking about Clinton?
No. Chris Murphy.
Oh, Murphy. Yeah. Well, yeah, he probably.
The judge is there. That judge is illegitimate, Clay.
Oh, he must be. Yep, that's right.
He's an illegitimate. He's an illegitimate judge because he follows the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. He's an illegitimate judge. You got to get rid of him
because he's a constitutionalist. And
you are a liberal, Larry. Quit acting like you're not. You're actually not a liberal. You're a leftist. You're a radical leftist. That's what you are.
He's a tyrant.
And you're woke. Believe me, you are a woke freak.
No, I'm sure he is. So anyway, that was my little Second Amendment bullet point on him, but we kind of covered it. I will tell you this, though. His opinion, he said, relied heavily on a Supreme Court ruling, a Bruin decision, which said that courts must review the country's historical tradition of firearm regulation. And that was the basis of Bruin, guys. And that's why now you're seeing everything being overturned. Things are being struck down because it does go on that one case. And it's also got the backing of DC versus Heller, another very, very pivotal one. But that only affected federal because it happened within DC, which is the 10 square miles, Larry. Kind of like Rush used to say, for real Indo people. That's a 10 by 10 square miles where DC is. That's the federal capital. So that's why that only went for federal law. The Bruin case went and expanded it to all the other states that we have, all 50 states. So that was a big case. Both those now are setting precedent. And luckily, President Trump put a lot of judges on there that think this way. He put a lot of judges in the federal district appellates and the district courts. Tell you what, you guys we're reaping the benefits now, especially with all the freaking woke tyrant liberals out there that are in office right now. So yeah, thank you, President Trump.
Yeah. So Clay, you got I know what I wanted to hit on here.
Okay, go for it.
You got a text message before the show. We're not going to say who it was from, but
yeah. I sent that to you.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I'm looking.
I didn't ask him if we could, so we won't give his name.
Right.
But I'm sure he'd be okay with it. But I'll just read it here. He says, "Hey, Clay," he says, "I went to the legislative review meeting for District 7 on Monday. I called out Doctor, and of course that's one of their legislators, about his erratic support for guns and the Second Amendment." I'm sure he was referring to the stupid votes that guy made all session this year.
Mm-hmm.
He says, when it came to the red flag laws, he said that he supported this because at the time Trump and the NRA supported it. Wait a second.
Yeah, that rang a bell for me right away.
So why don't you tell us what NRA actually said about that?
Yeah, so the NRA was actually at the Capitol when they were trying to pass this and went against it. The NRA was 100% against the red flag law here. If anybody's got, and you know who, and it was reinforced. I actually saw Luke Simons post that on his Facebook page that when he got endorsed again, and somebody jumped him about that, and he's like, the NRA was up there talking to me. They were 100% against it. I'm like, yeah, I got an email from them to email your legislators and tell them don't support the red flag legislation.
Right, And I know they were against it because the lobbyist, the ILA guy, who's the North Dakota liaison, was out here. I was up there that session. That was 2019 when the big red flag laws come in. Wardner and all them guys were supporting. I can tell you right now, NRA has never supported the red flag law. And for him to say that now, what he's got on here, he says, he also doubled down and said that he's proud of his pro-gun stance and his A rating with the NRA. I don't doubt he has an A rating. And here's how this works with NRA. They only take certain bills, and I almost wish they wouldn't announce to the guys which bill is a graded bill, because they do. They tell these reps and these senators, oh, we're grading on this bill.
They all
then
should
how
be,
do you
in
think
my
they're going to? To me, they all should be, but I don't think you should tell them. Why don't NRA just, and I've told them this when I worked for them for several years there, that's what they should be doing. If you want to pick bills, pick them, but don't tell them which ones it are, and then grade them accordingly. But I think they ought to use them all. I think his rating will drop, I would imagine, especially if there's a little pressure.
Well, there's a few of them this year that we know should, after stuff that the general public, well, they don't know about a lot of them, but these they didn't know about. And
well, you and I are working on one, and
yeah,
it's already, the wheels have already been set into motion for the 2025 legislative session to bring both of those bills, but the one for sure. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not going to tell people what it's really going to be, because I really want that bill to be included in the grading, and it should be. I mean, if they can't vote accordingly, especially if they supposedly are such big supporters, then they need to have their rating degraded to an F, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Or just let you and me do it.
I think that's a better option right there.
And you know, and it isn't like I don't have the experience. I mean, I worked for these guys for 10 years as a volunteer for at least that long. So, yeah, I know my way around the organization. Oh, I bet I just lit up Larry with that comment, right? Well, that says JD and Clay, I think you've been compromised by AI. Well, I don't know, Lynette, because that would assume intelligence. You know, artificial.
Yeah, we've been compromised by LI, low intelligence.
There you go. Low intelligence.
LI and NC, no common sense.
Low information voter. So,
AKA
anyway,
Larry.
That was a message that we got. As far as I know, his record is horrible. I was watching. I mean, I know exactly who he's talking about. Not a good record. He shouldn't have an A rating. And I'm actually going to make some calls, because I still am very connected out there, regardless of what some people think. And they need to be made aware of it. I can tell you this. Call the ILA people. If you're in North Dakota listening, call out there and talk to ILA and let them know about this guy he's touting his A record, and let them know what his record really is. Trust me, they'll listen. They don't have boots on the ground everywhere. They really rely on the membership, which gives them their power. NRA's power is derivative from the grassroots 5 million plus members. That's the plain and simple facts. And that's why they are so influential, because they have a lot of membership that is very, very outspoken, and they do diligence when they're out there campaigning. They get out there and they get to these sessions. They hold their people's feet to the ground, and they have to listen. Let's just face it. You're supposed to be a representative people if you're a rep or a senator. And if that's what your constituency is saying, and it's constitutional on top of it, it's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you nailed it, Clay. I mean, not much more I can say to that, but NRA definitely wasn't in favor of passing the red flag law here. No. So if anybody claims they were on board with it, I'll tell you what, the NRA did have a national commercial there I did see it. I actually think, who's the guy who's not there anymore? I actually think Chris Cox did it.
Oh, could be.
And as I remember, as I remember it, he was kind of talking about it, but he said without violating the Fourth Amendment, and he also added that every red flag law he's seen does not protect your Fourth Amendment rights. So
every red flag law will violate the Constitution, because it's going to assume guilt before innocence, and under your Fourth Amendment rights, you are innocent until you're proven guilty. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. But unless you're a liberal, because liberals don't care about the Second Amendment, they sure as hell don't care about the First Amendment, or probably any amendments as far as that goes. I mean,
there was plenty of other states too, Clay, that had red flag laws you wanted to pass the NRA. Didn't support any of them in any state.
No.
If you can find one, go ahead and show it to me, because I've seen people claim they did, and no, they did in committees. And really, okay, where's that at?
Well, and you got to remember, when this was all going on, people like Doctor basically said, "Oh, the NRA supported it." No, they didn't. He said that Trump supported it. Well, Trump did mention something about it, but I can tell you right now, after he actually looked into what it was, he said, "No, I can't support this either." He didn't really come out and say he supported it. He said it was something that he would look at, and he did look at it. I was still working for the NRA then, and I can tell you right now, when he spoke with us at our meeting, he sure as hell didn't support it, and I don't think he does this day.
All right, Clay. Well, should we run one more ad here, and then we'll finish her off with what we got coming up the rest of the week here?
Yeah, we still got a happy ending, but yeah, let's go ahead and we have sorry to our sponsors. We haven't probably give you enough love tonight, but we got sidetracked a little bit, but had some fun. So again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, and yeah, go ahead. Let's roll a triple one.
Yep, you damn right.
Let's thank our sponsors here.
Absolutely. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at Lowry you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks to all of our sponsors. We appreciate everything they do for us. And go in there, tell them you heard on Guns in the 701. Let them know you enjoy them supporting freedom and patriots like us. I went and looked at it a little while during the break. I'm a little handy with a computer, although I don't admit it.
No,
He's got
you're
a whole
not.
5 subscribers. His actual username is divided by algorithms. You might be right out there. That might be an AI. Who knows? But I don't know.
Hey, Scott might have warned us
deal.
about pieces of trash like that.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
And
Now that I heard that, guess what, Clay? Larry, your ass is probably getting zipped. So
yeah,
or whatever you are, R2D2, whatever you called.
Dumbass.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. So, and like I said, we do believe in the Constitution, and we believe in the First Amendment as well. So, go ahead, do what you want. We don't care.
Hey, Matt, I'll tell you what, if you're not doing nothing Saturday, why don't you send me a message, man, if you want to come out for some Second Amendment Day. I'd love to have you out there. Dougie, we're going to have a little bash out at High Alpine. So it's not Alpine anymore. It's it's just going to be fun. Send me a message if you want, and I'll give you some deets on something there, Matt.
And I'm staying over Saturday night, so stick around and have one with us when we're done.
Stick around.
So Matt asked, he goes, I see Henry now has a big boy with a side gate and tube loading in a mare's leg length. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that with a large loop. I don't have one. I don't know if anyone's got one. I'd love to see one or shoot it. It'd be a lot of fun. See, look at all these new things I miss out on.
Henry's got a lot of cool stuff. They got that Homesteader now, that 9mm PCC. It takes, I think it comes with a standard 10-round mag, but I think you can get a bigger one for it. That thing looks cool. It's got some nice, so kind of the same colored wood that they got on that new pistol we were talking about earlier. But yeah, Henry makes Henry Long Ranger. Man, I think Henry Long Rangers are freaking badass. I'd like to have one of those. And they make the 410 shotgun. It's a lever action. And
I really, really, really like Henry. They do a hell of a job. They just have a really good platform, and they got quality. So that's what I like about it. Hey, I just want to put out one quick reminder there. I believe it's June 7th. Is that the deadline to apply for deer this year?
Is that the first Wednesday in June? I think so. Right?
I think so
yeah,
I believe that is. So
you got 2
I remember
weeks.
it's June 7th. So
yeah, we're 2
make sure
weeks.
You get your.
Yep. Go ahead, Clayton. I'm sorry. I'm stepping on you.
Make sure you get your application in there. I think you got till midnight that night if you're doing it by paper. I don't know. Can you even do it by paper anymore? I think everything's online now. So
no, drives my dad insane.
Well, and I don't blame them. They should still have
Rock Range. Lynette said that's where it is.
Rock
it's the Rock
Range.
Range. You bet.
I've never been to the Rock Range. I've been right there to
man,
place, but we're gonna have some fun.
You're in for a treat, Clayton. You're in for a treat, buddy.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I've been packed. I even packed a little today when that smoke rolled in. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a few things ready here.
Hey, Clay, you know what? We forgot to mention this a couple weeks ago. When Clay came up, he was Mayor Bakken called Clay on him to fill in. Clay was driving up, called me, so why don't you come up, fill in with me jump in a second hour of the show with me at 1270, and I did, and that turned into a 4-week thing. And then Steve came back from where I think he was in Denver or something and did it. And then we did 2 more shows after that, and then rumor was we were going to get a show at 1270. That never panned out, so we said, we were waiting on him and nothing happened. So we said, hey, you know what? Let's just do our own thing, which we did. And we sat down and had a meeting with Todd Mitchell, and Todd stepped up to the plate and gave us a weekly gig there on 5:50 a.m., which we are on every Friday at 8:40 a.m.
Absolutely.
And here we are over a year later now, right, Clay, from when it started. There's Todd.
I think so. So I'll get the captions off there. There we go. Yeah. Right there, Friday morning, 7:40 a.m. Mountain, 8:40 a.m. Central on KFYR, and we have a lot of fun with Todd. That's turned into a pretty cool thing. Yeah,
and of course every Monday, if nobody knows yet, KFYRplus.com in the crosshairs with JD and Clay right there, hosted by Jay Dillon. I actually got some inside information on Jay.
Really?
I heard back in high school Jay's nickname was Sly.
Ooh,
and Jay, I guess Jay was one hell of a defensive back for the football team up there in Rolla.
Oh, well,
yeah, quite. He got some speed. Dude told me he's really. This isn't just some dude. The guy I was talking to actually played football out of Mary. He was a starter out there on the Mary football team. So
awesome.
Jay was a legit baller back in the day. So
not to interrupt here, but I'm going to chime in here. Gene and Dan are talking here. The Henry and the 360 Buckhammer has me intrigued. Well, Dan wrote back to him. He says, you can get the Henry Homesteader with a Glock magazine adapter.
Ooh,
I did not know that. So we're still talking
like that.
And Henry's are USA made, and they support the Second Amendment.
Big time. And not only that, I'll tell you what, if it takes a Glock mag, it also takes the Magpul Glock mags, which the blind guy, Mr. Wyatt Franzen, he has those in his PCC, and those things run like a sewing machine. They're awesome, man. They're great.
I'm not laughing at you. I missed this one. Larry probably thinks the blind guy can't see. Did we lose Larry?
Oh, I thought you went out and sniped him.
No,
when you were on YouTube.
No, I just want to see what he was doing.
Well, if he's got 5 of them, you might as well get rid of that scumbag because he's not a real. Either that or he's some leftist.
I think he does
Soros-funded thing.
But no, I really like Henry rifles and guns, so we'll have to check those out. So we're gonna be on Monday, but I was gonna say we're gonna have a new poll. We'll try to get that up. We probably won't get it up tonight yet. Maybe by tomorrow.
I can. If somebody, I'll tell you what, I'll make you guys a deal. Clay and I have been on for 126. If you give me a good poll question within the next 5 minutes, I'll use it.
There we go. There you
'Cause
go.
I'm the guy who puts polls up.
Larry's
Clay
mom
doesn't
said
have
it
the
was
app.
bedtime. I see a
Oh.
T-shirt coming. I really do.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I'll give Larry credit. He pissed me off a couple times, but
yeah,
whether he's real or not, either way,
Larry's
he's a turd nugget. Larry's hot pocket. Hey, Larry, go bite it right now and burn your tongue, you freak.
Hey, Matt sent me a link. Thanks, Matt. I'll go take a look at it. And that's what we were talking about with the Henry. So yeah,
Okay.
who knows? We may just,
So yeah, that must be directly from Ruger, or who makes the 350 Legend? The Winchester?
I really couldn't tell you. Hey, Gene, I know, but Gene knows who developed that round. I've shot it. I own one with Whale. Me and
So
Whale
we were
own
talking
one
about that for raffle gun, right, Clay? The
We were.
Ruger Ranch, the 16-inch threaded barrel. It takes AR mags, the 350 Legend.
Yep, and I think that'd be kind of a fun one. Let us know, because I think we're gonna try to do that. I got to look and see. We're not a non-profit organization, so I guess long story short, North Dakota's got the dumbest and most stupid freaking gaming laws on the books. I don't care who's listening. You guys, it's ridiculous. And well, luckily, I'm part of an organization down in South Dakota, so we may just run the raffle through South Dakota and base it out of there, because you don't have to go through all this insanity that North Dakota makes you go through.
Yeah.
And we'll be legal. We can still sell them to you guys.
This time it's legal, like.
That's right. Unbelievable retarded gaming laws in North Dakota.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that shit. You tried to tell me about it, but you went over my head with it.
Yeah,
Like Larry said, I'm uneducated.
no.
Knuckles are always dragging on the ground.
Well, I suppose we probably better get our happy ending of the week, huh?
Oh, man. Hey, you know what, Clay? Now that you say that, I actually don't have one.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll tell you what. Watch this.
All right. I knew I was forgetting something.
So we do not have a happy ending, but that's okay. The happy ending is evidently Larry the Left. So we'll call that a win. I'll be honest, I didn't look nothing up either.
I had it look. I knew I was missing something. I kept shuffling through my papers, and I apologize.
Guys, we might
have to do it on Todd's show on Friday then.
There we go. We'll do
make up for it, right?
5:50 a.m., 8:40 Central, and we'll have a happy ending to make up for tonight. So, well, guys, I guess we're going to call this a wrap for tonight. We had our stuff like we usually do, but we kind of went and veered a different way.
Getting sidetracked is pretty fun. Winchester. All right, Gene, thanks. That's what I thought.
I knew Gene would have the answer.
Yeah. Hey, Gene, same thing for you, man. Send me or Clay a message if you want a little Second Amendment Day action. Send me or Clay a message. We'll give you the deets.
Did you see it's supposed to be 80 degrees?
I love it, man.
Wow.
That's my kind of party.
We're going to have us some fun. By the way, I did find some jugs, but not at Menards like you talked about. I was in Runnings, and they had them on sale for $1 something, filled with water already. So
yeah, the ones at Menards are too.
So I went ahead and bought them while I was there.
Yeah, all you got to do then is open the top and put a couple food coloring drops in there if you want, or just straight water ones are good. Man,
we're gonna get a blue one for Larry, or red maybe.
Oh yeah,
maybe we used green tonight.
Yeah, well we got the green on there. I told Clay put the green on. We had a bunch of rain, everything's turning green, so we're going.
Eric puts. I'll put Eric's up here. Good show. Got on the liberal rabbit trail with Larry. That's right, we did.
Yeah, we
I
did.
didn't know this. Really, Gene? I did not know they made the 400 Legend now. Wow.
Bear cartridge there.
And now that in North Dakota, we can use, well, I guess that wasn't illegal. It was up to 49.49.
It was.
By the way, if you didn't know, again, the proclamation was signed. We said it last week. You may use anything that's a 22 caliber centerfire and above to hunt big game in North Dakota, just so everybody knows. And I know me and Eric are, by the way, Eric, it's happening. As soon as everything's done, even as a gratis tag holder, I can still get a doe tag after everything is done. All the drawings are done. When I get one of them, we are doing the 50 cal on a deer. That is happening. And trust me, it is not.
I'm waiting for that, man.
It's not the blowing meat up thing that you think. Like I said, Keith Warren's done a lot of this.
Yeah, it's not anything.
It's not. It just isn't.
It's not anything like that.
And I'm going to prove it.
All right, Clay. I tell you what, I'm gonna got you a happy ending story right here, and we'll make it real quick. All right.
There we go. Go for it.
On the afternoon of January 11th, Chickasha, Oklahoma police were called to the scene of a car crash that ended with a death. The bizarre situation started when a man drove his car through a nearby KFC restaurant, damaging the building, and continued through several front lawns before backing into a home, then getting out and banging on its windows. When a neighbor went to his porch to investigate the commotion, the suspect charged the man and assaulted his wife as he entered their home. The homeowner shot the crazed home invader, who died at the scene. The homeowner was not charged. Happy ending.
Absolutely.
Don't get crazy and then ram into people's houses and start wailing on their wife. You get your ass dead quick.
Room temperature.
Right,
Eric just said, he chimed in. He goes, we can use 22 center fire. So yeah, so basically, I mean, that's what it says. 22 center fire right there in the regs.
Yep.
And I think I still have them on here. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it's deer gun and youth deer season. This is right out of their rules and regs off their website.
Mm-hmm.
Center fire rifles of 22 caliber or larger and muzzle loading rifles of 45 caliber and larger are legal for deer. And honestly, they're legal for all big game. But they do the deer proclamation separate. We talked about when they did it for elk, bighorn sheep, we did, and moose. And then they did the one for the deer. So why they do that separately, don't ask me. I have no clue. But so yeah, we can do that. I mean, I can use my Swift. You could use a 223 or a 222 and actually shoot and hunt deer with, which, by the way, I hunted deer for years with a Swift.
First deer I ever killed, muley buck, 222.
Never had any issues. I actually was probably a better shot because I didn't take stupid shots.
I got it with irons, but my eyes were perfect then because I didn't know I was 15 or something. I can't even remember.
I knew there was a reason I got my 22 Hornet suppressed. There Maybe that's what we need to do. Being 3F2 always has doe tags left. Maybe we need to get together down here after, later season. Do a doe hunt down here.
I mean, if I don't get a buck tag, maybe, but man, deer season, like I told Scotty, he wanted me to come out to that gun auction. I'm like, not doing it, man. That's my Super Bowl. So
no, that's fine. If you don't get a buck tag,
22-250 works awesome, man.
It does, Gene. I like the 22-250. Yeah. All right. Well, we're just rambling now. So, guys, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. It was entertaining, and we had some fun. Either a real person or an AI, I don't know, but we definitely made it interesting. We enjoy everybody listening in. The summers, I know it's going to be getting nicer, so I don't know. I know we're going to be here every Wednesday night. So join us every Wednesday night, 6:00 p.m. Mountain Time, and then 7:00 Central.
And if you miss it, again, I always catch it the next day. It'll be up on iHeart or any other of your favorite podcast platform. So make sure you check it out, guys. Matter of fact, just get an automatic download. You got a podcast, it's sent right to you. You don't even have to worry about going on there and downloading it and listening to it. It'll come right to you. So, what's Waylon got? I didn't see Waylon. First comment I seen him from the night here.
I might head out to the auction. Okay.
That one Scott's talking about. All right. Hey, Waylon, hey, I'm extending the opportunity to you as well, buddy. If you want to come out for Second Amendment Day, hit me up with a message. And
Waylon Little Eagle, hey, good to see you on here. I didn't know Waylon was listening. Waylon's a buddy of mine. Because you can hunt with the game warden in 3F2.
Nice. Hey, Waylon, is it still, because I remember when I used to hunt in 3F2, they still got the mag limit down, or I thought it was 5 rounds, because I remember I had a DPMS 308, and I had to put a mag block in it. I don't know if you guys changed that down there, or maybe you don't care. I don't know.
Waylon's he's Standing Rock Sioux Tribe.
Yeah, that's where I hunted.
Game warden. So
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed hunting down there. It's a great hunting land down there.
Yeah, Waylon's a lot of fun, and I know we're going to get over there. We got some friends will be coming out from Minnesota, and I know we're going to be trying to get over there when they get here. That's next week. So, yeah, getting busy. Summer's here. I'm going to have to start, looks like, rolling hay and equipment out. So going to get real
Oh, yeah.
busy real fast out here.
Yeah.
If hopefully the smoke lifts. So,
Put big fans in your near your land. It'll blow
and
it
it
off.
blow it away, right? All right, guys. Friday, of course, don't forget Mitchell in the morning. That's 7:40 a.m. Mountain, 8:40 Central. Mitchell in the morning. KFYR 5:50 a.m. And then in the crosshairs with Jay Dillon. And if we're lucky,
Sly.
Yeah, Sly. We're gonna have to make a new meme. He's planning to be, I think, at Second Amendment Day. We're gonna try.
I hope so. Yeah.
Hopefully, we got some footage of him doing a little shooting with us. So
yeah, because Jay's got a second job. He also works at Butcher Block in Mandan. So
yeah, we're looking forward to being on Monday with him again, 11:30 Mountain, 12:30 Central, at KFYRTV.com. Just
no. Hold on, Clay. You got it wrong. KFYRplus.com.
Well, you can get there either way, actually.
All right, I'm sending them right to it because,
okay.
Man, you know how hard it is because a lot of people still think like KFYR, like the radio you're on.
Yeah,
no,
it's their streaming service. So do what Jamie said. KFYRplus.com.
You can click watch live at 12:30 Central, 11:30 a.m.
And I'm really happy. We're getting there's getting to be a lot of traffic there. So
it's going
thanks
good.
if everyone here is going there, great. If we got new listeners over there, that's great too. But yeah, that's doing real good. So
Yep.
All right,
Clayton.
with that, we'll call it a night. We'll definitely see you guys next Wednesday here, same time, same place. I don't know if Larry will be around, but we'll definitely
screw that.
All right, guys, with that, I want to remind everybody to keep your powder dry, and we will see you guys next week.